everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing all right. Now, in our Agentic AI series, we cover two major topics. One is the integration between UiPath and OpenAI, and then the second one is mastering prompt engineering. Now, the third major topic that we're going to cover today is tokens. Basically, you're going to learn here what are tokens, what are different kind of tokens are there, and then main concept, which is how to consume less tokens and get a maximum benefit out of it. Okay. Over there, I'm going to explain 5 major techniques that I use, which I learned from the courses that I have done, which basically, helped me a lot. So maybe sharing it with you, maybe you can also get benefited out of it. Okay. Now, without any ado, we'll get started. So let's start from the first and foremost, what is token? For those who just started learning about agentic AI, you must understand the concept related to token. Token, in general, for your understanding, it's a currency of an AI. Okay, maybe you can think of it as a smallest unit of a text that AI can process. Let me give you an example. Consider a word cat, CAT. So the AI might consider this as one token as it's a simple 3-character word. Consider another example, a complicated word, maybe, automation. It has lot many character in it, right? Now in the sense the AI might break this word into chunks of it, like 2 or 3 tokens. Like for example, auto, and then MA, which is one word, ma, and then Shen, which is TION. Generally, I read it somewhere in the blog that the 1000 token is roughly around 750 words. Okay, I just read it in somewhere in some LinkedIn post. I'm not able to recall it, but yeah, if I find it the post, I'll definitely share it in the description. Now, so this is about the token. Basically, token is nothing but it's a currency of an AI. Just remember that concept. Now, this token has a types of it. Like we have majorly 4 type of tokens available. The first is input token. Input token is the data you send to an AI. So remember, whenever if you have been watching the previous videos, I have mentioned, right? So do not give a whole paragraph. Try to give as much as structured data to AI so that it can process it, understand it, and consume less tokens. This is what I meant. So whatever that you deal with AI, everything is uh, considered as a token, meaning everything has a price. Okay. So the input token, the data that you are sending to the AI, the prompt, the PDF text and everything. The cost level is standard. These are the informations that you see here, the cost levels that I have again got it from the LinkedIn post somewhere. I have seen it. I will dig deeper into it, how much basically exact cost that it have on these 4 types. Maybe if I find them, I'll share it again in the description or in the comment section. Now, moving on, output token, which is basically, the data that you get from the your AI. It's a premium cost level, almost it's more expensive than the input one. Now, cached token, this is a part where AI remembers from your previous call. Okay, so these are a bit of a discounted one. In the sense, for example, you send a PDF now, and then after 10 minutes you send another PDF. The PDF context remains same, right? So it's basically remembers your previous discussion that happened with the AI, and it basically uses whatever the formatting or an analysis that it has done to the previous one, and it uses those concepts applied to the one that you just sent, and then comes the reasoning concept. So remember, whenever you deal with ChatGPT or anything, you may see something called thinking mode or analytical mode, right? So that's basically is the one. It's an advanced models like internal thoughts before the answer. So if you ask them, think through it and analyze the data, think through it internally, and provide the information. That's where this reasoning tokens comes into play, which is very expensive. Okay. Now these are the four types of tokens. Why you need to understand it? Because these are the four points where you're going to lose a lot of tokens. So understanding what the token and its type is mandatory when you deal with prompt engineering. All right. So moving on, the major point of the discussion today is that why token cost matter in RPA AI. So tokens are considered, like I mentioned, it's a currency of an AI. Every API call to OpenAI, Gemini, or Claude cost tokens, and those costs adds up fast, right? Now I have a problem statement that I have given. Say, for example, you have 50 pages of PDFs, and every time you may get near about the 50 pages whenever you try to process a certain automation. Imagine the token that it consumes on every call that it makes, right? So in no time you would exhaust all the tokens that has been purchased by your organization. So that is the problem that currently every one who deal with agentic AI faces. Now, the solution for it is there are 5 techniques that we can use to overcome this issue. The technique one that I use is called pre-filter strategy. Okay, let me give you an example with the live data. Okay, I'll just stop the PPT and let me go to live data that I have. All right, so now as you can see, this is my PDF, right? I need to get a invoice number from this PDF. Simple. One thing that I need from the document is that invoice number. It doesn't matter whatever the rest of the information that the document has. I don't care about it. I just need the information, so invoice number. Now, if you're going to pass the entire content of PDF text, how much data that it would basically, how much character it has. Let's check that too. So this is the PDF that I have read. This is again the same XAML file which I have been using from past 2 sessions. So I'll just write the length of the character this particular variable holds, length dot toString. And let's do one thing. Let's apply a breakpoint and then let's just run it and see. Okay, so almost 2544 characters are there, right? And then there may be wordings and everything. So imagine your PDF itself contains almost 2544 character. And again, your prompt, it may consume more in characters. And the amount of token that gets consumed by your AI, again, right? It's a lot. If you need only the invoice number, basically, you know from the document where, from which position onwards you can get the data. Until then, you can have your PDF read, meaning um, I have read the PDF data, whole page, entire page I have read the PDF, meaning all the 3 pages. Now, what I'm doing over here, if you observe, I'll zoom in a bit, I have done a substring of 0 to 200 character. Meaning I do not want everything. I just need only from the input PDF that I have read, I'll just take out only 200 first 200 characters. So that's what I did. Now that 200 character, I'm going to pass to my AI, basically to the PDF here, right? So this is my the prompt that I'm using. You are in the same thing which I have used in my previous video. If you haven't gone through that, do go through it. You will get more clarity about this session. The prompt has roles and instructions, examples, and context is where I'm giving the PDF data. and then I'm asking it to return only JSON information. So when I do this, what's going to happen? Prompt will be used, the same prompt will be used by AI, and it will generate the results for me. If you see, this is the data that it has been generated for me. Now, this is a one way out of it, meaning filter them. So what is necessary, only that much information, keep it, and the rest information, just trim it out. Okay. So that's what has been mentioned. This is very first and most important technique. The next one is, let me just zoom in, is the system prompt option. I don't have to explain this again. This has already been explained in the previous session. Just to give you a brief, when you deal with prompting, system prompting, and then user level prompting, there are two things are there. In the system prompting, you have to make sure you're going to give the data in a XML tagging mechanism, positive framing. These are the two major techniques or topics that we have discussed in our previous session. So basically use these two concepts to get a maximum benefit out of your AI chat. Okay. The next one is the choosing the right model. Okay, just to give you an practical example, say you are staying in one street location, and in the another street, which is just two blocks away, is a grocery store is available, right? So now you don't take your Ferrari to go to that grocery store, right? You either just take your bicycle or you just walk and get the groceries that you need. Similarly, the cheaper models are available, such as GPT-4o Mini or Gemini 1.5 slash. They are much less expensive than whatever is there uh, right now. So choosing the right model also helps a lot for you to minimize the token consumption. Now the fourth topic is the avoiding chatty AI. So again, there are two ways to avoid the chatty AI. One which I have explained in the previous technique, which is, prompt engineering, where you give XML tagging and then positive framing and everything. Even after doing that, again, you may see that your AI behaves, or your AI responses in a conversational manner, right? So it's basically, when I say chatty AI is nothing but it's returns or replies back to you with the lengthy paragraph. You just need only single number, but it gives you entire paragraph. So what's happening over here is that you're paying for everything which is not necessary for you at all, right? So that's where uh field is available in UiPath called max tokens. Let me go to that uh, UiPath screen. In your OpenAI activities, go to properties. You would see here max token. So this one is basically, if I just read through this, the maximum tokens are allowed for a prompt and generated answer. Fewer tokens are less expensive. Most model supports maximum of 4096 token, 4096 tokens. However, some models support only 2048, 2048. The default value is 1920, 1920. Okay. So you can play with this number whenever you deal with AI or a chat, generative chat completion activity, or text completion activity. You just have to play with these numbers to ensure that the closest proximity that you're giving as a max token. That way it allows you to avoid chatty bots or chatty AI replies. Okay. Now the last technique is called success caching. So imagine you are using an REFramework, and in the process level you're calling AI, right? Now, after getting the information from AI, say you have a UI automation, it fails at one point in the process level itself. So what's going to happen if you have a retry enabled? It's going to retry again, right? So when that happens again, AI will reply to your responses. Now that's where you need to be cautious, because you already have the data. You don't want to, or you don't need to have the AI again generate a responses for the same context, right? So what you're going to do, you either use a global variable, or you can use orchestrator assets, or you can utilize the orchestrator output fields, and everything is there. The queues output fields, all these things you can try utilizing them, and then avoid using the resubmitting the same thing for AI. So this way, you, for example, you have consumed for the first query, you have consumed almost 2000 tokens. Now, for the next time when it runs after failing, you don't have to have the AI run for them. You use those variables or orchestrator assets or output field of queue information. Check, have an if condition, check if the information is available. If yes, then directly go ahead and perform whatever the action that you're supposed to do. If not, then perform a AI actions. All right. So these are main 5 techniques that helps a lot when you deal with the AI. Just to summarize, the 80% of token reductions can be done using pre-filtering and the right model selection, system prompt optimization, and maximum token utilizations, and then the success caching. When I say maximum token utilization, do not give the maximum number over there. Make sure you limit the number, is what I meant. So that's it for today. I hope this session was useful for you. For such content, please do like, subscribe, and share. And also, I will make sure to come back with more interesting AI agentic topics. That way, we both can learn more from it. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.